The boys, the 14, 20, 10, 8, 12. Very, very with the ball when you give them space. So we try something called tracking and getting free. Track them, get free and play. So we deny them the space for them to maneuver.
In terms of power play, it's zilch. If you watch our game against Mali, the young man was running away from taking the ball. He didn't want it. Give me away, give me away. He was practically running away. He was running away when we were being marooned and we were under attack from the Malians, and he had the opportunity of staking a claim in the team. Anytime an attempt was made to him with the ball, with the pass,
he's running away.
He's running away, leaving the ball,
hiding
behind opponent. This whole Telemundo, it's something that sometimes
for the uninitiated, Telemundo is a channel that shows telenovelas.
Yes.
So this is like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. This clearly is a soap opera. It's winding down. So let's call Extremadura man from Extremadura man. Mora, when the boy is coming to the player, he's running away. You know what's the game? And shockingly, there's a certain miraculous acrobatism.
No, Mr. said, Master San players are cooked about Mamma Tim Massa. Players a banner, Master San Tim Lanoy shit. Tim would have been pressed the mammy. Sakim Siege. Where? Sakim Siege. Aha. Timo Verna. What's it I? Timo Verna. Aha. Caves. Why? Caves. Caves me, I saw him. Is a sister circulator, only be more. Sister circulator, only be more. A year, almost a Brazil anyway. Yes, I know. There's anybody. I'm from one said Silver, so I Silver. Aha, Tiago Silver. Is a
me, the fellas in your against stand. My son be say, me Adam, I don't gonna need my job, go marry. No, you see, I don't need my job, go marry.
So you refuse to they punish him.
They know the punishment. It serves you right. No, not the punishment. See. You choose love over job. That is exactly what you do. Because see what Richard go do. Football no day. Richard go marry.
Yeah.
So with the footballer, see, from August 2019 to December 29, we don't play football. You don't marry. We start league after we fall. You say they go marry.
That be the time where money catch.
No. So you choose love over career. And so if today you get your lover, the coach say they give you more time to go chop love. So it's not a big deal. Me, I guess that I thought that this matter they are getting.
Does Don Bote still want to play football? You are 36 years old.
Forget about the age.
We cannot forget about the age, Don. You are 36.
Yeah, 36. You doubt 36. Inner me, forget about the age. What you want me to come and do for you?
You still think you can perform at the highest level?
Why?
In Ghana?
Yeah. Not in Ghana, sir.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
You train?
Serious.
By yourself?
Always.
Why don't you want to join a club and train?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Them themselves, they don't believe themselves. The coaches don't believe themselves. They are not real coaches. They don't. You have to believe yourself that no, this guy can do it for me. If you believe me, I can do it. But so far as you just relax yourself, no, if I come safe, I won't get that spirit because you don't believe me.
So you think that if a Premier League team were to give you an opportunity to play, you would make an impact?
Ghana, yeah.
Yes.
I can play past all the current players. The current players in Ghana Premier League.
That's a serious statement coming from somebody who hasn't played in almost a year.
You know something? I know myself. That's why I said, if you don't know me, you don't know me.
You see, as for a game, like when you get a chance, every blessed player will decide to score, and then to decide to catch the ball. So when you both decide together, then you miss the chance. I decide differently, and he also decided differently, and our decision was together. That's why he was able to catch the ball. So I think next time I'll raise my head and watch the goal post and put the ball.
You have 3 or 4 phones. What messages have you been receiving?
I haven't read them because they keep on coming. They keep on coming. I think that I have to turn one of the phone off.
You haven't read any of them? Messages?
No, not at all. Look, they still calling. They still calling. Phones are calling.
liability guarantee or what? Limited by guarantee. I don't see the reason. I'm not a lawyer. If it's any reason, anyone here can take Ghana Football Association, they are above the Ghana law. They should tell me I'm counter the motion. Archgold should be back. Thank you,
Me, Benjamin Nketsia, I'm counter the motion. Welcome and welcome again. Sports Panorama. And as you know, yes, a lot to chew on. The GFA Congress, that little sound clip you heard there, King Faisal Football Club owner Alhaji Karim Grunsa. I'm counter the motion. Ghana football's DNA was born this week. I don't know if Nathan cut the umbilical cord. I don't know if it was Lepert. But Lepert's been saying some really interesting things. We'll get into that as well. Abdul Salam Yakubu, as a bankroller, he was upset at the Congress. He says that the FA president used the Congress as a campaign, and that is not the mandate of Congress. The FA boss himself said some interesting things as well, promised a lot of things, and also added that he is the real Sherlock Holmes, so nobody should play with him. If he wants to set the house on fire, he can set the house on fire. Are these appropriate comments? Is the FA boss saying that he knows a few wrongdoers but will not blow the whistle on them? The under-20 team have been busy. Samuel Boedu has been busy. 2 points from the Waffle B Boys Cup. Dumped out. Don't call me on the horizon as well. Welcome to the show. Bell Beverages, proud sponsors. The crew has gathered. Nathan Quao is here. El Pichi. Santiago Pichi. Medina Girls Pichi. Legon Girls Pichi. Oh, Charlie. Obia Pichi. Legendary striker. Legendary striker. I am not talking about football. Adjei-Mintah is here. And of course, these days I'm beginning to doubt the name because the trail has gone cold. Will there even be a takeover? Is this Sheikh name even... do I even need to add it? Man. Ni Altani. Today, let me tell you something. You commit us into God's hands. It's essential that we start
Then
everything with God.
I pray that we hold our hands.
You want to hold hands?
Yeah, because see, the problem is bigger. Our problems in this country is bigger. Like, Ghana football problem is bigger. So let's hold each other.
We are connecting the DNA.
You are Zebon. Yeah, come fame on me. Yeah, come fame on me.
Holy Ghost.
Walking Minnesota, Wanama, Zebon.
Yes.
Ubele yachi, umanche yelia baye chiponeno. Waba. Olake Ghana ma mufefe klalu amabu wotwe. Oba fenwo gbe ame. Abo fambi etwe opemu edenche beche. Wakano na yue no yuo. Yaka no kwale e bia peyo. Ame fama bole ame adindan agbegbesin alakami. Ano kwale bia yo. Wo fin si majole yi. Shimo ju ano kwale. E Yesu gba mi. Waka gbelema oda. Yes.
Amen. Amen.
No need to Congress eh. You no need for why you no need lewo why you. Moko laka moko. Ni moko ba aton no kokoklo.
Congress here.
Waka no kwale ni nyo. No wo program ne e ba ya no da fida. Yesu gba mi.
E ko me do mo tun say.
Abetim. Me na fi o blaster captain agbene be na afe pre-season papa adofo ye to say. Yo wata mo team ame o. Yo wata mo team ame o. Yo ana me na team na metwa o. Ina me na team na metwa o. Yesu gba mi. Amen.
Amen. Coach says, peace be unto you all. Hey, Nathan Quao. Nathan Quao.
Bala ye twense. After pre-season, papa, I couldn't do for you to say.
Hold on.
I bet him.
By limiting liability guarantee or what? Limited by guarantee. I don't see the reason. I'm not a lawyer. If it's any reason, anyone here can take Ghana Football Association. They are above the Ghana law. They should tell me I'm counter the motion. As God should be back. Thank you,
And so, Congress convened at the Great Hall. 29th ordinary session. People expected that it would be a moment of truth as far as Ghana football is concerned. In our recent history, there's been a lot of first round exits. There's been an unending conversation about structure, grassroots, on and on and on and on and on. I asked Coach here last week that was he confident in football people and their thirst for change? He seemed positive. At Congress, a few people were not happy. Maybe there are potential contenders to the FA crown. We are not sure yet. But there was a standing ovation for the FA president after his speech. Now, I'll give you a few of the key points from his speech. If you are listening to us and you want to send in your messages to the show, please feel free to do so on 0549 986 996, 0549 986 996. That's the text and WhatsApp line, so it's on Telegram as well. You can also get to me on Twitter if you have social media. Get to me at Benjamin Nketsia and let's get talking. So let me just read out a few of the key points from the FA president's speech at Congress. It was interesting because I felt that these things were to be deliberated, but yes, I mean, people have said he didn't have the right to turn it into a campaign platform. Was it a campaign platform even? Well, he said it was a speech and he is free to do what he wants with his speech. So, for instance, the controversial Colts football subject where we are informed that the Colts League never ends is set to have a bumper investment, 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Then it's dollars.
$100,000. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry about that. Thank you for the correction.
$100,000 in French. Yes.
$100,000.
Wow. Each Division 1 club
$100,000
will now receive 80,000. That's Ghana cedis in incentives ahead of the new season. Now, you look at more promises. I don't know if I should call Keto Kreku King Promise, Prince Promise, or Chairman Promise.
You can call him King Sag though, because he basically said, "Don't try me." Yeah, he basically said, "Don't try me. If you try me, I will deliver some bombs."
Literally.
Yeah,
literally.
He said, "Don't try me." Yeah, King Sag.
I'll come to it. I'll come to it. He says that the FA will continue to absorb all officiating fees ahead of the coming season. And the arguments have been made that some clubs primarily cannot even pay their officiating fees. And I say one thing, look, I've heard a lot of things.
You can't pay referee fee.
You can't pay officiating fees. Club. You can't afford footballs. You don't have boots to play.
What?
You have no business owning a football club.
It's as simple as that.
Let me go on with some of the promises he made. Now, he says clubs will get 25,000 when youth players feature in more than 15 games. 25,000, I believe, Ghana cedis when youth players feature in more than. And talking about that, FIFA has disbursed the monies to the various clubs that contributed money to contributed players to Ghana's squad for the World Cup. Accra, House of Work, and Kotoko, eating good, clearly. He says again that for the Ghana Premier League, they will be supported with 50,000 to set up youth teams. I thought this was something that was a requirement already. Okay. Now, again, ex-national team players. I thought this was interesting. Ex-national team players will get a 50% discount on all coaching courses. Ex-national team players to get a 50% discount on all coaching courses. Again, if you continue to read the key points, he says that the GFA will invest 300,000 Ghana cedis on referee fees for clubs. 300,000 Ghana cedis on referee fees for clubs. So these are some of the promises. I'm not done yet. The FA plans on coordinating an office in Accra to oversee the works of the RFAs. I'm not sure what that means because that's what the GFA is there for. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. The FA to give 100,000 for the purchase of footballs to all regional competitions. Provide pickups for regional FA chairpersons. I thought that was interesting again. 1,000 Ghana cedis monthly allowance to regional referee managers. RFA chairman to get 4,000 monthly and vice chair to get 1,500 monthly. These are the promises.
Ben, keep looking if there's anything for our coaches, those who are not being paid.
The ones who don't have contracts.
Or that something for the coaches also?
There's absolutely nothing. This is the gospel according to Kurt. I'll read a few messages and then I will take a few thoughts on. I feel like the issues are a lot today and they are layered. And so we'll try and do a good job of not taking everybody's thoughts on everything. So I'll segment this. So let me just quickly get to my message board and then I will come back to you, you guys. Courage Nyawuzi says, please, I've been waiting to ask this question. I was listening on radio and who were the people consistently applauding each sentence made by the FA president at Congress? Were they? Okay, I'm not sure about that. Let me read more messages. Those are people who digested the message well. I can say that for a fact. Daniel from Agona Kwanta in the Western region says, we owe Nyantechi an apology looking at where the game changer is taking us. I don't think about... Well, listen, I don't even like to talk about those things. Owing an apology and whatnot. We know what it is, so let's move past that. Let me read more messages. Lipu Mama says, good evening to you guys. Please tell the Black Stars we beg them. This is the most important World Cup in our lives, so they should qualify. Ask Nathan if Klopp is still captain of Liverpool. Well, Lipu Mama, Klopp, as you can see, Klopp is overseeing a rebuild.
Yeah.
As things stand out. So me, they have even closed my mind. Alvinio from Akosombo says, Ben, I will be surprised if Ghana qualify for the 2026 World Cup. Happy for Benjamin Mendy. Hope he learns from this episode. Lambert from Dodoa says that, good evening to all Panoramians. This is the easiest group we could have asked for, considering our name in football. But with our shambolic performances in recent times, I think Mali will qualify ahead of us. Unfortunately, 2026 World Cup is the tournament more Ghanaians want to travel. I'm not sure how that comes in, but I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. Box Iron from Tema. Charlie. Box Iron. Charlie, this guy. He said, Ben and crew, the Apuzo soundbite has outlived Havertz and Werner. That he mentioned in the video. That's true. For Ghana football, most especially the national teams, they should just be dissolved. We've sunk very low. Kurt is more concerned with talking than working. Divine from Ashaiman says, big ups my Panoramians, can't do without the show. Ben, please tell Lipu Mama say at the film. Wow. The two of you for videos or link up. Prince Harry from Koforia says, if not football striker, which striker again are you talking about, Kojo Nketsia? Oh, Charlie, this guy. But to be frank, Keto Kreku has sent Ghana football backward. Hashtag Sports Panorama. Get at me on Twitter. I will take a few thoughts there. Coach, I'm sure you've been following Congress, the events at Congress. I'll get your thoughts because he was our man on the ground. Promises that were made, people storming out, Grunsa not backing the continuous suspension of Ashanti Gold, the FA fees that we said were ridiculous, but FA football people say there's no money like
say how much be too much money.
Basically, this isn't a lot of money. They say, what's going on? I mean, has Congress sent you a message? Does it tell you how football people feel about the current climate?
Yeah, man.
With the standing ovation?
You saw all those who stood, isn't it?
Yeah. We saw them.
Look, if Keto Kreku is not worried after what happened in Kumasi, then I don't know what sort of person he is. Look, football is at war. Football is at war.
Which football? Ghana football?
The lovers and the haters of football. Right now, football is in the hands of the haters of football. Tale. Wataleni. Wataleni. Oh. Ani waye kuni. Eshefye wabaye. We the lovers of football. How you was about? Honey, waye kuni.
Praise and
Eshefio wabaye kuni.
Hallelujah.
Waketale. Je wataleni. Yehovah taleni. How you was about? Honey waye kuni. Eshefio wabaye kuni. Nketsia? I say football is at war. The lovers and the haters. God will rescue football for those of us who love Ghana football. You ask about, look, there are so many things to talk about.
We don't have
enough time.
Yes. So
I'll touch on
break down your key
only
points.
Only two for today.
Break
only
down
two.
your key points.
But there are a lot. No more kakbalogbaboy boy. No more
translate that.
Kakbalogbaboy boy. No more. If the conveyor of the message tells you the message, you to tell yourself the message.
Okay.
That is what happened. You've not taken our coaches who won the league to their courses like you promised. You've not ensured that players are paid at least 1,000 Ghana in our league.
He says the discussion will continue.
No, of you. That is what we are doing today. Then you come out with promises that you yourself, you know, deep down within your soul.
Can promise.
It tells you how desperate the man is, isn't it? What can I tell them to win them back?
But Ghana's football DNA has been born this week.
We will go there. But you know me.
Land for me. Land for me on the Congress points.
And then you see the matter on Ash Code made me weep.
Hey.
Not only for football.
You mean your heart bled?
But for a general secretary who is a lawyer to oversee such an illegality. No, I didn't do law in school. But I know one thing for a fact. That if I have an issue with you at the court, that is to be decided on by the court. I don't prepare an agenda to go ahead of the court.
Well, I think that issue is dead and buried.
It's not dead and buried.
Is it not? Asgold remains suspended.
At the moment,
on the 18th of July,
they are going back to court.
When the court
the
rules in
verdict,
favor
the
of
verdict,
Ashgold, go and suspend Ashgold.
But basically, what Ashgold wants is that their hearing should be restarted. So they'll be given another hearing. So
you should wait.
Means that they have to restart.
So let's stay on that.
You should wait. You've gone ahead of the court. And even the voting, look at what happened. Look at the disgrace that happened. Meaning, no more, what is 2/3 of 120?
2/3 of 120. That's 80, right?
Which voting are we talking about?
The Ashgold 67 voted yes, 70 said no.
Even the county, those who voted that Ashgold should be suspended, they didn't qualify. That vote is null and void. Because you needed 2/3 of the people there to pass to say that yes, we want Ashgold to be suspended. It took somebody to prompt Dr. Randy Abbey, who prompted no more nearing a few Jay Nakani. That is not the way it's supposed to be done. Hey, people who were not supposed to be voting, he was there on the ground. They were counting people who did. We saw the video. They were counted.
You mean Tanda?
I'm telling you, no more vote.
Oh, are you sure Tanda doesn't have a vote?
Yao will come and speak.
Let him finish. Yao is our
so what I'm saying is that Ashgold suspension is already dead on arrival. Then you know what? This is the saddest part of the day. When Keto Kreku looked at the football people and he said, our problem in Ghana is what? Coaching. That's what he said.
Refereeing, so coaching and refereeing. Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something. Before God and man, Ket has done a great disservice to the people of this country. Let me tell you why. You took over the realm of Ghana football in this country. less than 1 month into your reign, you sack the only CAF certified instructor at the technical directorate of Ghana football. You sack him on the grounds of what?
Change of regime.
Can you imagine? Otia Kente was not working for any regime. Since the exit of Otia, they should tell me one proper coaching course, course that they've refresher course. So no wonder the general secretary will sit by me here and challenge my credential. I should come and do refresher course.
Let's not go there.
Rubbish.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
That be Mikaile.
Let's not go there. No. Speak.
No. I'm speaking to the issues of coaching. Why Keto Kreko will condemn coaching in this country?
You and I know that.
No.
If you want to nitpick, you can find a lot of things to nitpick.
I'm not nitpicking. But what I'm citing an example that relates to myself. I will do it.
Coach Calfee.
He sat here very hitting the go and do refresher courses. Is it those refresher courses that I cannot do? I don't do refresher courses. I do proper coaching courses. Since they sack Otia Kente, they should come and then in launching DNA, you call the man that Oti come and sit there. Look, may the soul of the late Uncle Ben Kofi rest in peace. Ben Kofi's 5-year development plan that brought this country so much success is there. We don't need a German to come and carry questionnaires. Nketsia, take this is the questionnaire. How do you see the Ghanaian player? Select.
He says you are negative. He says you are negative. You are full of negativity.
Take your questionnaire.
He will speak like it.
Oh yeah, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised he said that.
When Ket addressed Joe Addo at the launch of the word of the, you know that.
Samuel Enimado says he's human.
Yes.
He says he's human, so he might make some mistakes. I asked him that question.
You understand? So he's learning from his boss. That Ghanaians, we are full of negative mindsets. When you disgrace all our national teams, like the way they've been disgraced. Look, even Wafu Ponomo, you see, those days when Ghana is going to play Wafu competition, I just take my
toothpick.
Enjoy because allow me slow. Niger, when you are Niger. What is this? How do you build coaches in this country? Look, I remember on one of the coaching courses, when we went for the CAF license, do you know who our instructors were? We had Otia Kente, who could bring the former Nigerian coach, who is also a CAF. You see, Shaibu, Nigeria, the coach.
Shaibu Amodu.
They came to teach it. They taught us. Your refresher courses, who are those teaching the people? Come and tell me. And then you turn around, you have a cabal of coaches that you only... Is Karim Zito the only coach in Ghana? And he's being reshuffled from one national team to the other national teams? Then you tell us coaching is a problem in this country? What is this? What sort of people are manager? Look.
So that is a false statement.
Very, very false.
Okay.
Absolutely very, very false. Because your actions for the past 3.5, 4 years has warranted the sort of statement you are making.
So let me ask this question again on behalf of the good people of this country. You are saying that, contrary to what the FA president is saying, we have coaches qualified enough to win us an AFCON, a World Cup, and whatever tournament we desire to be at and excel.
The scientific evidence is there for everybody to go and see.
Okay.
If you cannot leave, why did he sack Akwesi Abia? Because of pettiness. That's why he sacked Akwesi. You won't allow the Ghanaian coaches to do their work. You go and tell the whole country that no Ghanaian coach will select players into our national teams for as long as you remain GFA president. Then when the problem comes, then you want to exempt yourself and blame the coaches. Why hasn't he commented on Chris Hughton's performance? Because he doesn't support that. Otoado. We were going to the World Cup, the biggest Monday. Look, the tournament that every footballer dreams of.
The pinnacle of the game.
The pinnacle of the game. Okay, ma try ma kweti. Oh, ya try no na going baby no na le ladu. Part-time coach, don't do it. Don't do it.
I like that word.
Don't do it. You do it.
Lalu.
What's the one? Lalu. Don't do it. You do it. Don't do it. You do it.
Cafe.
You drop our best players without any tactical explanations. You took players who shouldn't be there under your influence, under your watch. You can't deny it. Today you turn around and then say coaching is the issue. Look, football delegates, the true delegate, prove to some of us that come 25th of October, they will change Ghana football for the good. You see the voting pattern? You see the voting pattern? Yeah, what's there? No more. A bad Joe you're sending. What is the meaning of that? Nathan, can you a bad Joe you're sending?
We were bitter in your throat.
Bitter. What's something bad Joe? To la to la. A bad Joe. I'm telling you. Look,
land for me. Land for me.
Football people, like I always do, and I'll continue to do. You have an opportunity to bring pride and honor back to the Black Stars, back to the Black Satellite, back to the Black Queens, the Black Maidens, the Black Meteors, the Black Starlets, to club football in this country. For the past 4 years, we have been whipping, we've been disgraced, we've been embarrassed, you can think of all the wrong adjectives to describe our national teams. Never in the history of this country have we had all our national teams suffering at the same time. It has never happened before. This is the time it is happening. No more. Create another program or another day. We'll come and deal with the copy and paste identity that they have. I say it is copy and paste. In Cabo.
Leave it at that for now. Yao, you were on the ground. A lot of side issues, a lot of little pockets of controversy.
Yeah. You know, sports and in Ghana, football is a microcosm of society. And when you look at our political landscape, how we do things in general. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Charlie.
Oh, go on.
Thank you, my brother. Proper African recharge.
I'm from far away, that's why.
Thank you.
Yes. And when you look at
Paodi, he knows.
a lot of young ones listening don't know Super Audi.
They have no idea. Please go.
So when you look at how things are conducted in the country, a lot of it goes with parliament. Then what do we see at parliament? Majority moves, yeah. Minority says, no. It is the same thing that I witnessed at the Congress. That information was provided days before the Congress, in the lead up to the Congress. They had a chance to go through, scrutinize the finances, scrutinize the progress the FA administration has made over the years. And you go sit there at the Great Hall and it's, we second the motion. We second the motion. And just a few people, you can easily pick them out. George Efriye was visibly upset. Abdul Salam was upset. He stormed out because at the end of the day,
let me just chip in. You see, those who stood up boldly, they know they cannot be victimized. But those who didn't stand up, What, you know what some of them told me? They said that, coach, we'll do the but that day when we go into the box, you see, there are two types of boxes. The one that is hot inside, Adaka more shit. Adaka more shit. That time I'm dead. They are taking me to Audome. They will have the Adaka, the breeze, the air, the oxygen, everything is blowing. They say when we enter the Adaka, where air blows with ease and comfort, to the glory of God, we will see the
I'm interested in what happens that
Okay,
day.
yes, I'm very interested in what happens that day because based on what happened on the ground, it was a show of overwhelming support for Ket. I interviewed Dr. Kwame Banyaku. He also stipulated the same thing that what happened on that day.
But he went for the Ket administration.
What do you expect him to say?
It showed that the football family was united. I spoke with a lawyer Monday, CEO of Karela United. Yeah. He's butted heads with the GFA before. And he said the Congress is more or less an AGM of some sort, annual general meeting. We come in, we deliberate, we give you the information prior. And when you red flag some issues, then you can take it on. But at the Congress, nothing of that sort happened. Nothing of that sort happened.
They rubber stamped everything.
Pretty much. And honestly,
That's the way it has been like all the time. Because nobody has got the... It's Alhaji Cruiser. He's declared his stand already, so he can point out and say, look, this, that.
And honestly, if this is the way it's going to go on that fateful day in October, still the specific date
has not been released.
Has not been communicated. If it is going to be that way on that special day in October, then I'm sorry. Honestly, we are crying more than the bereaved. Because clearly, the football people are okay with the way things are going and are okay, seemingly okay with the promises that Ket has delivered to them, and some way, somewhat, they believe that he will be able to honor those promises.
Quick one. Now, I know, for instance, that the privatization of the league was an issue that was discussed. I'm not sure if it was.
Yes, it was supposed to be rolled out this season, in the upcoming season, but it's been pushed further down the lane by an extra year.
So it will start 2024-25
season. Yes.
Okay.
And Hearts and Kotoko are leading the charge.
Fair enough. Just quick one. Quick question before we move it on to other issues. So you picked up the sentiments from inside the hall, the official sentiments. When you step outside the hall, I mean, there are supporters of these people, there are journalists, there are
close associates of the various clubs.
What do you pick up? Do you get the same uniform, feeling of trust and...
Well, I can tell you that journalists weren't happy. Journalists weren't happy. And it was unanimous. Journalists weren't happy.
Journalists don't vote at Congress.
Exactly. That's why I say if things happen the way it happened at the Great Hall when it comes to election day, then it's overwhelming that we are crying more than the bereaved because journalists were not happy.
Yeah, you see, when the man said that, I think there was a statement he made. I may not quote him verbatim, but he tried to tell the non-footballing people, even including the government, to stay away. Or something like that. And then you expect these same people, you will go to them and go and get money from them to sponsor our league. Look, October 1.
I know what I'm telling you.
October, I'm saying Messi. Yeah, no, hold on. Just learn from me. Now, you've spoken about the feel of Congress. You've spoken about what or where it looks like the wind is blowing. Your biggest takeaways from Congress? I mean, what did you get out of Ghana football's biggest gathering after they spent close to 4 or 5 hours together?
My biggest takeaway is that, yes, football, sports is a microcosm of society. And the way we do things on a grand scheme, it's the same thing that our football people are doing and they've adopted. That I think I interviewed Samuel Nimado, and he mentions something. He touched on the football transfers and that we should be united, and that when you transfer a player and he goes for big money, the club that immediately transferred that player would have enough finances to purchase other players for good money, and it fits into the football system. And in my mind, I'm just thinking, so Ghana did, like, can't we change the system? Can't we bring about a change in the system? Is that the mindset of our leaders? If that's the mindset of our leaders, as it pertains with our political leaders that you export gold, you export oil. There's nothing in terms of refining it and adding value. They always say it. Add value. Me, since class 3, social studies, they've been saying add value to our natural resources. Add value to our natural resources.
You have finished university.
I finished university. We are still exporting raw. You get it? And this is the same mindset that we are implementing with our football. That we are exporting. That we are exporting the players.
It's not supposed to be funny, but it's sad.
There is no push that we should change that system and bring about a refinement instead of pushing for questions, demanding for answers about that promised 1,000 Ghana cedis basic monthly salary for each player in the Premier League. Nothing happened.
I thought that was such a big letdown, and for the FA president to say that discussion will continue is such an open and ambiguous answer.
And I got a lot of that it will be discussed, further discussed. It will be discussed.
It's in the pipeline.
In the future.
It's in the pipeline. That pipeline will burst.
When is it going to happen?
Today is not the future of our football.
When is it going to happen? And the financial statement. General Secretary Prosper Harris-Nadu said it. Oh yes, these are the financial statements. There was a group of people who were on the other side of the podium. And they gave a breakdown. Dr. Kwame Banyanko also helped out in that regard. And it was seconded. And this is a meeting that has provided all the details before it happened. And there was no resistance. It was just seconded. So honestly, I just got the feeling of, it was just rubber stamping everything. Nothing extraordinary, but the biggest takeaway is that we are still doing things the way we've been doing over the years, and I didn't get the sense that our people are ready to change things.
You are basically saying the game changer is not changing the game.
No, the people have always been. Our delegates at Congress, they don't want much. But
let me give you
just 1 point. Yes,
2 minutes.
Yes, I'll not. Yeah, just quick one on the Congress. I think that when you listened to Kojo Yanka some time back when he was interviewed on Sports Panorama, his key message was that he was going to unify the Ghana Football Association. When George Jeffrey was also announcing his presidential bid, he highlighted the fact that there's so much crack in our football system, and so he's also coming to unify the football economy or football ecosystem.
Ghana football glue.
For a GFA president who has been hit with one key issue of being a divisive character, I thought that he had a huge chance in his address to merge this gap.
He called for it.
Now, in calling for it, listen, there was a moment when, or a sentence, or a paragraph of his message that spoiled everything.
Then don't try me.
Not just that, but to say that you have fouls.
Yeah, that's the don't try me.
That can also wound people around you. This cannot be a message to bring people together. You can't say
when he was a journalist at Radio Gold,
and also,
he had fouls that permitted him to challenge and more than ridicule people at the time. Were you doing the bidding of somebody? Today, when we sit there and tell you that our Black Stars is no longer a Black Stars, you say we have bring the fouls.
So for me, I felt that yes, he had called for unity earlier, but that sort of sentence he made has spoiled everything, because you can't be you can't be a unifier and then it's not like a subtle threat.
Yeah.
So you get me? It's like there's a threat in the message that if you dare me, I can also hurt you. You can't say this when you are a unifier. Now my quick one before we move on is also the Ashanti Gold issue. I've read the statutes again, and clearly there is some sort of defect in how Ashanti Gold were booted out. Now, my bigger worry is this: how will they correct this? Because they need 2/3 of the votes.
What is 2/3 of 120?
How will they correct this? We know the verdict from the court will come soon. What if the court says, okay, give Ash Gold a fair hearing, meaning that automatically you have to restart the whole hearing process, and then if Ash Gold wins the hearing, they get back into the Ghana League. What happens to the Congress and then the suspension of them again? Would there be a special Congress to try and rectify this, or it will be lifted immediately? But I feel that in all, for me, I've said it already, that we are in a system where the
those who invest in football don't really go to Congress. You've never seen the Toby affair. There's the sort of people go to Congress. And so when you send...
They will now tell you.
Yeah.
Go and do this.
They will,
all those you saw. If the about 60%, they will not.
So if the investors of the in the Ghana football don't really go to Congress, and the delegates people go and go to Congress on their behalf, this is what you get. Because those who are at Congress are all people who have been nominated to go and rep the club.
This time,
most of them don't want to be.
They don't carry a vote.
Exactly.
This time,
so for me,
people who spend the money, they themselves will come.
The yes Samasa will always continue. And I feel that moving forward, I think we need to do something. The voting in the open space is not helping us. Where you lift your hand and all that.
It's very bad.
Because we know how our people feel when they are easily victimized.
Exactly.
And I feel that going forward, the Ghana football people need to devise a way
away from that.
where they move away from that open voting where you raise your hand. Because if you raise your hand against a motion, I think that if we want to really see how people feel about motions, secret balloting is the way to go. I'm done.
Good one. Keep your messages coming. 0549-986-996. 0549-986-996. Benjamin Nketsia here, Sports Panorama. Congress has spoken. I think I'll give Nathan 30 seconds on Congress, and then I want him to go into the birth of the DNA. But Nathan, I'm sure you have a few, things to sprinkle on Congress.
Oh,
scientific
football people, I never pity them one bit. Football people, the Football Republic, I have stopped having any pity for them. We thought we were saying that, go and try and change our destiny in terms of football.
Start the motion.
No way. So I've just told myself that football people, I have no pity for them. For them to approve 50,000 CDs as filing fee and not ask critical questions, you say you are the AGM of Ghana football, and yet you don't try and change things and get things to work. You don't put things in motion so that the next time we meet as a football republic, we can look back and say football is growing. It is their republic. They decide what they want to do. For us, we are doing our work. We'll write, speak, comment. But power that will wake up in the morning and feel sad for football people, those days are over. Let's move on to the DNA.
Yes. I'll grow tiki-taka.
So, Bernard Lepert, who coach says has been in Kron in the last couple of years, he says that he's been working hard in the last 2 years. Like coach said, he's been probably handing out questionnaires. He's been doing some field gathering.
That was what happened.
No, but he watched matches.
Questionnaire. Common questions and no answer.
No, but it's a research method.
Research method.
Research methodology.
Not a research
is it quantitative?
No, but he watched some matches.
Use numbers.
Used to design the DNA of
okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, just to give a background before you go in. So he said it's taken 2 years to get here. He says it's a combination of agro football and Coach Sam Ade's multi-system.
Okay.
So that's what we have. And Lepert says that it's time to stop talking as people because we talk too much.
We are negative.
And when we
says
talk,
we are negative.
And when we talk, it's all negativity. Let's stop all of that and put our hands to the wheel and get the job done. So he says he has done his bit, Nathan. The DNA has been born.
He says who and who.
He said Ghanaians.
Relax. He says who and who should get their hands to the plow.
He says it's time for the talking to stop and the hard work to be done.
Wait. You see, Mr. Lepert should calm down. Who should stop the talking? Us or them?
When you go to Germany, they are talking even more than we are talking.
I'm telling you.
Their national team, left, right, center.
It's just not working. You see, listen.
People are resigning and things.
You see, first of all, at least they've tried to codify the way we play. Great. I'll give the FA credit for going down the road. But it's important that when you are doing these things, you do them in the right way. So Mr. Lepert sent out questionnaires, if I'm to believe. And he got, of course, getting people's opinion is good.
So 200 people.
200 people. When you're trying to build a policy, getting buy-in and input from stakeholders is important. Yeah. Wonderful. Now, those 200 people, did the numbers include players?
Yes, he says
including
players
some
to
players,
coaches.
Players
yeah.
to coaches,
Yeah.
all of that. Great.
Across board.
Across the board. Did he ask anything from journalists too?
Yes.
Because we also
So the media was
Yeah,
involved.
some journalists were involved.
Some
Referees
journalists,
were
everyone.
involved. Yeah.
Okay. Did he speak to former coaches or established coaches?
Yes.
Like
Some
who
were
did
even
he
invited.
speak?
See, the
Like
only
I'm
name
telling you,
mentioned.
no,
never
relax.
spoke
I'm
to
asking-
the media past technical director. So when they even tried inviting him, they made a call to him. He said, now how do you do this without even giving him the opportunity to chat with the man and tell him certain things? Then you want me to come and sit there and grace the occasion as if I
Anyway,
did these
look.
things?
Mr. Nketsia, who is the president of the Football Republic, said something very interesting. He said there's a problem with what? He said coaching
And referee.
and refereeing. At least he has seen that there's a problem with coaching.
Number one solution. He should stop influencing
Okay, you.
the selection.
Okay, you.
That is what he said.
Okay, you relax.
I'm just repeating what the man has said, and he keeps doing. Under 20, that got booted out from.
We'll talk about it.
How many of his players are not in there?
We'll
The
talk
man is
about
doing
it.
the things every now and then.
Okay, so great. So we've identified that we want to play football a certain way, and we've identified that the coaching is the problem. So this DNA, does it address now how we want to groom the coaches? I'm asking very genuine questions.
Yeah. It will serve as a guideline to groom the coaches, and they will transfer that philosophy
Wonderful.
to the players.
So when is it starting?
Started, yep. Good question.
And who are the ones to pass on the knowledge? Now, when we finish doing all of that, have we thought about the deployment of the coaching? Because the seed of football is at the base.
Yep.
If you get that base wrong, you will produce a wrong footballer. So meaning that if we get this philosophy out there and we train the coaches, we have to send the best of our coaches down the pyramid so that they will train the base, and then these players will go on. Now, I hope the FA is thinking
Well,
about...
to be fair, Joyce Boate, who is heavily connected to the Black Maidens, she was present at the event.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
I'm only saying that we should do it right. So I hope our very good friends at the FA have thought about sending our best coaches to the base for them to teach at that level.
They should pay them.
So that
will come at the implementation.
That's what I mean. So get the best coaches to go down the pyramid and get those players properly molded at that level.
Most of the things to a cut and paste.
Chris, that's what you see.
Which will not suit the Ghanaian
Fine.
player.
I hope
I
that
have been doing coach work for over 20-something years. What I have seen, cut and paste. Well, no, you don't cut and paste this to suit the Ghanaian player. No more cut and paste on your name.
You see, I just hope that whatever principles are in that book, they would have considered the Ghanaian player, the Ghanaian player's mentality, the Ghanaian player's psyche, how the Ghanaian player thinks, what the Ghanaian player likes to do, and tailor it to fit that. And then we can go from there. Because, Ben, we want to see change in our football. In 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, I don't know how long, I don't know what timeline they are working with. But we need to see a reformation of football in this country. We want to see our national teams play a certain way. When we watch the Ghanaian player, we can tell that, that's a Ghanaian player. When we watch under 17, we can recognize the style. When we watch under 20, we recognize the style. When we watch Olympic football, we recognize the style. And ultimately, when we watch the Black Queens and the Black Stars, we should recognize something. I'm happy that it's been codified at least. On that score, I give the FA credit. At least it's been codified.
One copy.
Chris, as for copying, there's nothing really wrong with it. You can take people's ideas and retrofit.
There's almost everything wrong.
Everything is wrong.
See, when you copy,
you see,
directly from somebody,
yes,
that will not suit our play.
Great. So that's what I'm saying. That so the principle is that you take ideas and then you retrofit.
Yes. There's nothing like that.
No, but you see, hold on. That would be unfair to the president. You yourself said. Hold on. If you say that, no, hold on, coach, hold on. I'll let Nathan. But if you say that he's just doubt people's work, that's unfair to me because you yourself said. No, hold on. You yourself said that at least he handed out questionnaires to various stakeholders of the game. Oh, don't do that. That's unfair to him.
Anyway.
I think he's done his
Anyway,
research.
you see,
At least let's give him that credit.
Because I'm making this point about getting the imprint to go from down to the top. I'll quote Barcelona head coach Xavi Hernandez. He granted an interview to UEFA many years ago when UEFA used to publish their monthly newsletter called The Technician. And he made a point that a lot of people in Spain, I'm just paraphrasing him, a lot of people in Spain think that the tiki-taka we play starts from the top to the bottom. He says it's not true. We learned how to play this when we were kids. That's right. So all of us in Spain learned how to play the same way broadly. Yes. So it didn't matter where.
And they call that the Spanish Soccer Coaching Bible. Volume 1, Volume 2. Next week, I'll bring you copies of that.
Charlie.
Next week, remind me.
Oh, Charlie.
Before I leave the house.
You mean you will bring the Bible?
The Spanish Soccer.
So meaning that.
I'll bring copies. Come and show you. This is what they've been doing for so long.
Meaning
they've modified. They've improved upon it.
What is Xavi saying? Xavi is saying that
preference.
When he sees
Johan Cruyff,
when he watches Spain under 17, and he watches Spain under 20,
no difference.
And he watches Spain's women's under 20 and their senior team, he should not see a difference. Of course. Because it is something that is running through. True. Of course, each coach will have something slight to add because everybody sees coach. Yes.
He's going
so I just hope that at least we've decoded. I hope the implementation is done right. I hope it is done right because this is a very important moment in Ghana football. We have codified the way we want to play. I hope we train the coaches the right way. And when we are doing all this about coaching, I hope we are thinking about the other aspects of the game, nutrition. Because it is one aspect that is killing players. Players are eating KK and shito and things. What is on?
Nathan,
Charlie, see this matter you won't enter.
No. Where are you heading to now?
No, I'm serious.
Charlie, you go and train. Hold on, Nathan.
Where you are heading?
It's sensitive area.
It's slippery.
I'm saying.
You go and train on the blazing sun.
I'm coming.
Finish and go eat.
You see,
Cocoa
when
and
you look at what we did, when I say we, I'm referring to the Jemefe
Commission.
Yes, he'll tell you there's a part of
there was
that's part about
nutrition, part of
Coach,
the challenge.
Let me tell you something. Just quick reference. Charlie, see, let me tell you. I've been to Right to Dream at least twice, right? Aside their great pitches, great programs, great discipline,
good food.
Charlie,
not good food.
Charlie,
the right food.
In Kuala Lumpur, aside the fact that they're eating the right food, Omu did it good.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah.
The final thing.
You will go and train in the blazing sun. Then when they finish, they'll give you one pure water. Kose Bakon. Cocoa 3 CD. If you are unlucky and your team trains in the afternoon or late afternoon, like Coach is saying, KK one ball. Charlie, how can your players develop like this?
It all boils down to the GFA that if clubs are struggling to provide boots, are struggling to pay their players, they are struggling to provide balls, then it is up to you to ensure that if you do not have certain resources to a certain capacity, you cannot form a club.
Anyway,
Nathan, finish.
Finally, I just hope, like I said, look, credit to them for at least starting this, decoding it. Let's get the implementation right. The people at the FA, please, I know this is dear to you. So let it, because once you get it right, it starts a good cycle for us. In a few years, we'll see the products. So that finally, clubs, when they train, it will not be Ajanatra. The days of Ajanatra should end.
I remember my days as a coach player.
All those funny things with these players.
Training is simple. We come to training at 3 o'clock. We come to training at 3 o'clock. We'll go around the pitch like 15 times. Divide us. Who are the strikers? Who are the midfielders? Who are the defenders? Stand here. Then we'll start playing. No one will teach us anything.
No set pieces. No set piece training.
Sports Panorama. Let's talk about the 2026 World Cup CAF qualifiers, Group I. Don't forget that as things stand now, Ghana needs to win against the Central African Republic to qualify for the AFCON. they have popped up again in Group I. So we have Chad, we have Comoros. Now, Ghana has recent history with Comoros from the last AFCON. We have the Central African Republic, we have Madagascar, and then Mali. Pichichi, before we...
This selection is a serious...
Yeah, very serious.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No. You see, I always say that.
Could have been worse.
If it is Senegal, you know it's Senegal. Then you go hard. You know. This is Central African Republic.
No more.
Chad. This is the World Cup. Comoros. Those teams,
Let's explain the World Cup criteria.
In the words of Karim Zito, they are very, very...
Very, very on the ball.
Okay.
So this is the expanded World Cup.
Exactly. So it's now moving from 32 to 48 teams, and this is how Africa will qualify. There are 9 groups, and in the 9 groups, 6 teams each. As simple as that. To qualify to the World Cup in the USA, Destiny World Cup for Ghanaians.
And Canada,
and Mexico. All you have to do in the 9 groups...
Just on a lighter note. Why boys know
when we qualify, we should be based in Canada.
we don't want them to
USA.
No. If Ghana qualify...
US move.
I've seen it. If Ghana qualify, they'll send you to Guadalajara.
Mexico.
Opa!
We don't want Mexico.
But on a lighter note, why boys no one ask the World Cup? They go play some for Mexico.
Boys won't see Caro Quintero.
US and Canada, we know.
Exactly. So you have to just win your group to qualify to the World Cup. So the 9 group winners automatically qualify to the World Cup. But there's a lifeline for a team that finished second.
4 of those teams,
yes.
right?
So the 4 teams that finished second, the best 4 teams who play what would be a mini tournament, and then the winner of that one goes to play a playoff.
The global playoff.
Exactly. With a team.
What kind of long route is
it's
that?
as simple. No, but that's more like a lifeline for
so
you.
So they say if you want an easy job, win your group.
Exactly. But if you want to go through the playoff stage also, there's a lifeline for you. So it's not all that bad. Now, can I go into my quick thoughts on that?
Please go into it.
Let me start with this one. The group is quite familiar for many Ghanaians. We know how Madagascar played with us in the AFCON qualifiers. We know how CAR also fared against us. Now, I look at the sort of group and I'm like, yes, as you said earlier, it could have been worse for us. A group with Senegal or Morocco, meaning that it could have been maybe Bye-Bye or Otilong. But with Mali, I feel that it's not that bad. Now, I look at what we've done so far as a nation, and then there's a problem that we have failed to solve. And that's where my biggest concern is. Goal scoring at the Black Stars level. To qualify for tournaments, you need to score.
If you don't score goals, you don't win
exactly.
games.
And we've seen this Black Stars under Chris Hughton. 3 games, 1-0 Angola, 1-1 Luanda, 0-0 Madagascar. It tells me that there's a big problem we need to fix before this World Cup qualifiers start. We need goal scorers in the Black Stars. We need to devise ways where we'll score. Now, for our opponent, out of the 5 teams we'll be meeting, I think we've not met Chad before. But for the previous 4, we've played each other in the last few years. Mali, I remember the last time we met them in a friendly game, they beat us by 3-0. For
Zanla.
Yes, CK's time. For Comoros, you all remember what they did to us in Cameroon during the AFCON. They defeated us by 3-2, and we packed our bus and came home. We saw how we played against Madagascar in that goalless draw. And also the Central African Republic ended 1-1, where it was that game was in, I think, Angola or so. The 1-1 draw. Away from home. And they still
beat them
exactly.
away from them.
So if someone thinks that, on paper, the teams are not powerhouses, please change your mind. These are teams we've met recently, and we failed to beat all of them. So it tells you that it is not going to be easy. But once again, in moving on, this is a World Cup that I've termed Destiny World Cup. It is a World Cup that will change the fortunes of families in Ghana.
Yes, your best is Shebre.
Destiny changers want
World
to
Cup.
be in the USA and Canada.
So this is World
Like
Cup.
David said, you go to Mazatlan. You know Mazatlan.
See,
You know the Durango.
I know.
We'll send you to Sinaloa.
You go there.
Chihuahua.
We've been to 4 World Cups already, but Ben, this is the most important World Cup for Ghanaians. And this mission goes beyond the Black Stars. I can tell you that. Every World Cup qualifier will be significant for the Ghanaian who will be following the game.
No, this is serious. Like I say, Ghanaians will have an extra eye on this.
Every sweat on the Black Stars players must be accounted for. This World Cup qualifiers.
No, this is.
I don't think
them.
with the AFCON qualifiers. I think there were games where the team were like a descal and nobody complained.
And we're on the brink.
Yeah.
Possibly on the brink of elimination.
For the World Cup qualifiers, the investment people have in this upcoming tournament,
emotionally, spiritually,
goes beyond.
financially.
Goes beyond everything that these Black Stars players have ever seen in their lives. This is the biggest demand that Ghanaians will want from them. That no matter what,
especially after the last
no matter what, they should qualify. They should do this for Ghanaians.
Don't do this for us.
No matter by hook or crook, ways and means.
They will have to.
Kun fire kun. They need to qualify for this World Cup because it's a World Cup.
Boys,
Our destiny changes.
Boys, wow.
I'm done.
Thank you very much, Pichi. The people's Pichi has spoken. Oh, Charlie. Let me get more messages in and then we'll talk some European football. Let me see. So Jude is saying that only one preseason game and Chelsea fans have started making known their pain by basically making Harvest and Mount stats. The sad truth is that you don't sell your Champions League winning midfield to rivals and expect downgrades. Don't know what will happen when they score against them on match day. Okay, this one here says the Blues will surely bounce back. Nkunku is here. Hide your team. This one here says, hey, Ket says what? Please show me how to become the so-called football. Show me how to become one of the so-called football people so I can vote against him.
Get a club.
Thank you.
Or join a club.
Bismarck from Asali Butri says, I remember how Grusa used to bash Nyantechi. How come he's quiet now? Is it because he's also what? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's not been listening to Grusa.
Yeah, Grusa has been on a tirade lately. Farouk Headliner says, to Poch and the boys, we want nothing else next season but our pride back. Charlie.
I'm saying that, you see, I just want to say this. I just want to, you know, Ben, it's very interesting. I said this the other day, and I'll repeat it.
Yeah.
Life, sometimes it comes at you really fast. 3 years ago, if you had taken Mauricio Pochettino and gift wrapped him and handed him over to Chelsea fans,
they'll say no.
They said they've never heard today.
Word from him.
Poch should keep the blue flag flying high. God is great.
More messages. This one here says, good evening, guys. Can Ket sincerely tell Ghanaians that Ghana football has improved under his time of office? Shaking my head. You say Green from Soul to him. This one says, listening to the FA president felt like listening to Yano in election year because all he said could have been done earlier, but why now? Okay, so a lot of messages still coming in. Charlie, guys, I'm picking up some info. They say West Ham say that they have not received any paperwork on Declan Rice. Charlie, they must not be serious. We not be laughing about that, Charlie. Hey!
I don't know why.
No, Sky Sports is reporting this. Sky's cover says that
they should relax. They should relax. They just completed Juventus deal.
They need money to go and buy players. You claim you buy the player. Man City have backed down. Pay the money and go. Oh, Arsenal.
They should relax. Arsenal just completed the Juventus deal, so
but they've been dealing with the Rice deal since before Timber came in.
Arsenal doesn't double.
So they say that it's a very bizarre situation that has not been witnessed before. Typically, with all the talk about medicals that were imminent and whatnot, paperwork should have arrived, scrutinized. I mean, lawyers gone over, signed and whatnot. But the paperwork has not arrived, and that's why you've not seen. Already, I'm on the Arsenal page right now on Twitter, and Juventus everywhere. Meanwhile, we expected that by now. Welcome Declan Rice, communicate, and you know how the British people are. If they announce Rice, they will make a lot of noise about how it is the most expensive this and then that, and it is that. So, Arsenal, what's going on? Are you getting cold feet in the background? Because we thought that the Rice deal was your main thing this summer. So, Timbado has arrived.
I think they'll get it done. They'll get it done.
You sure about that?
See, this is what I think.
We are waiting for it.
I think the transfer.
So let's get into some transfer news. Very interesting. Preseason has started for some people. They've already started crying about their players, but it's all good.
A don that was so it's don't come time. One place, maze for sale, one ton cheap. Don't come you, don't come me. We dey loan this player $1,000. Don't come you, don't come me. For the striker we can consider. Don't come you, don't come. We know they see you use. Team na boka. Don't come Cancer Taurus. Now on can she goes a prince of ghosts. Now on one yet drinks a Teves. And then your coach one come at home. Don't that also. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. Let's go. It's don't call me time. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. It's don't call me time. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. Catch that. Tina Boga. Don't call me, yo, don't call me. Catch that. It's don't call me time.
Medase. Charlie, see, God, when they say God works in mysterious ways, I know that God has me in his prayers. Oh, Charlie, coach. So you are here thinking about rebuild. Then all of a sudden, the summer transfer window begins. Then you know that your team is slow. But God says, I will deliver Alexis. McAllister home. Then Sobo drops. Then God says, I will take away your pain. I will take away your grief. I will take away your sorrows. You are there, you hear that. Aye! Saudi have expressed interest in Jordan Henderson. Oh, Charlie, say, God, I know you listen to your son. Al Hilal on the brink of taking Jordan Henderson.
Is that not Al Ettifaq?
Al Ettifaq.
That's Steven Gerrard.
Yes, Al Ettifaq, actually. They are on the verge of taking. Gerrard wants to reunite.
Henderson loves Gerrard also.
With Henderson. We love the association for the two of them. Yeah. We love it for the two of them, that they can get together. Now, they say that it hinges on a clause. If Liverpool insists on collecting 20 million euros for that deal, it will fall through. That is the clause for it. Al Ettifaq do not want to pay that much money.
So how much do they want to pay?
I think they want to pay 10 million at most, so that they can invest the rest of the money into salaries for Jordan Henderson.
Because they are offering him an absolutely crazy amount.
Yes.
I
So
think they're offering him close to 4 times what he's
So that is what is going on.
Now.
God answers prayers. I pray that this deal happens. I don't commit it, and don't commit, and don't commit, and don't commit, and don't commit. Thank you very much. May it come to pass. Let's talk about Jurrien Timber. He has arrived. He's doing his photo shoots and things. Nathan, does he solve a problem if they lose a Saliba again? Is this the kind of defender that solidifies them for a championship when they are 6 points on top of the table?
Well, you need depth and you need quality, and Jurrien Timber is quality. We've seen him. Man United did want him. Erik ten Hag did not hide his admiration for his former player, you know. So for Arsenal, they've done fantastic business. I say that when you are in the position they are in, and if you look at how last season went for them, you need to add more quality to your ranks. And that's what Arsenal have done. And I think that he will give them a lot of depth. I don't know the combinations Mikel Arteta would want to try.
Oh, he'll still play forward at the back. He'll still play forward at the back.
So he has to make a decision. Yeah. There is Saliba, who's his number one choice. And now he needs to find a partner for Saliba.
That's Gabriel.
So Jurrien Timber becomes
Jurrien
backup
Timber?
or maybe right back.
Centre back, right back.
Centre back, right back. Looking at Tomiyasu's deficiencies and the fact that he had issues last season. So I think that they are building a good team, at least from the base. Credit to me, Mikel Arteta and his men for pulling it off. And they've added quality. And Ben, you asked the question, have they done so? Yes, they have. Because at certain points, you may not have certain players. Arsenal missed Saliba a lot last season. It was part of the reasons why they suffered. I'm not saying if he were around, they would have won the league. But if he were around, he would have helped to a point. And then other people would have also contributed, and the story would have been probably very different. So they've added quality to their ranks. And once he's versatile, can play in a number of positions, depending on absences, he can fill a spot, and then the rest of the time.
And Nathan, just a quick one. In situations, we've seen situations where Zinchenko's lack of defensive awareness has been exploited by opposing teams. So if you go into such a situation, you can swap him out and play Gabriel Magalhaes on that side of the field. Then you pair Ben White with William Saliba, and you can have Jurrien Timber operating as the right fullback.
Why not?
So in that case,
I always fancied him better at right fullback. I don't know where this whole centre back business came from.
In that situation, you have a solid back line with Tomiyasu also waiting in the wing to play as a substitute. So you have a lot of quality in depth, and that's how come he also helps out with your team.
See, if you look at Manchester City, and the standard they have set in this league called the Premier League, you need to have quality. And you need to have quality on hand at every single point. And that's what Arsenal are doing. So great. I don't commit that move.
Charlie, on the lighter note, Charlie, guys, you will say Wilfred Zaha overbuild the Saudis.
The Saudis say, hey.
Wilfred Zaha becomes the first man to overbuild the Saudis.
For me, I think it's not because he overbuilt them or he outbidded them. It's because they don't value or they don't see him at that price tag. That's the thing. For them, money is nothing.
It's nothing.
Look at your level.
They look at your level.
They're like, man, Zaha, you asking for this kind of money?
Yeah, that's how come.
You can't be serious.
That's how come when the Partey rumor came that he's going to receive this amount of money, it was I
knew it was unrealistic.
And recently, Jordan Ayew's report has also come up that he's attracting interest from Saudi Arabia, 175,000 euros dollars a week. It's not realistic. They don't value him like at that point in time. It's false.
It's not a Benjamin Pavard to Manchester City. Just quick thoughts on that. They are making him a key target.
Yeah, I think
this season.
It has to do with Quao. Quao wants to go to Bayern Munich. It's like he's told the people at Man City that he will like, because I think they're offering 2 years for 1 year extension, 3. And at City, he's not going to get that. It's a 1 year.
1 year.
Renewal thing.
It's interesting how City have had to make some of these decisions, because Gundogan also left on the same base. This 2 year versus 1 year type of thing.
And guys, for Manchester United, Galatasaray have approached for Fred. United apparently have rejected the bid. You don't think Fred needs to leave?
Yeah, Saudi.
I thought you were coming to say that you are keeping Fred to rebuild the team.
Fred to do what?
To help in the rebuild. Charlie, the guy says Fred to do what?
Let me show you.
Charlie.
The facial expression that killed me.
Yeah, the way it was like, he's not going. I thought, okay, he wanted Fred.
He's going.
That's what Fred. Fred, I've always told people that Fred only functions well if you give him one job.
Yes.
Mark
De Bruyne.
That if he
do this. But if you, the day you tell Fred, you know, today is an easy day, so enjoy yourself.
Then he's on what?
But guys, coach, on the more serious, your team needs to be serious. See, this week you have told me that Amrabat will do this. See, this week they say that United continues to monitor Amrabat. What? Listen. Continues to what?
Listen. The Amrabat move. Ten Hag has already approved of that move. No, he has approved of it. Okay. It is on condition that
some players leave. Because you cannot have Fred on the wage bill, Scotty on the wage bill, and then come and add Amrabat to it. Yeah. You see, these were the things that Man United used to do that Ten Hag would not repeat. So Amrabat himself is aware that Fred is leaving. Today we are hearing that West Ham are showing some good interest in McTominay. The people too in London, the other side with the red jersey, they are delaying the 105 million pounds. Pay 100 cash. You say 100 cash, 5 in add-ons. So give them the money. They want to give us 35. We'll take. Amrabat, how much is he? 25 million pounds. Go and pay. Come and play for Man U.
See the way you have made this simple on the show. I like how you have done the transfer mechanic.
That's the deal is. Look,
he's an insider. He's an insider.
As for this one, it can't be normal. As for this one, I'll defend Chris because he didn't say Adjei-Mintah. He said he laid out a number of variables.
That's the point there. But if Fred and McTominay stays, Amrabat will not come. But those who are come, the one who is coming, who has already arrived, but now he's almost trajectory in the air. No? Oh nana.
You have been completing. They say United.
I just want to say something quickly about Man United finances. Today United got fined by UEFA for breaching FFP rules.
And Barca as well.
Barcelona as well. So I get the sense that whatever business Man United will do, especially
until the sales happen.
Yeah, I get the sense for United fans, they need to brace themselves. It will be quite slow until a few players leave. When there's money, United will sign.
We'll sign.
But Chelsea, what's going on? They signed some Virgin B, some 18. Then they signed Michael Jackson. Then some plenty. Charlie, what's going on at Chelsea?
Nicolas Jackson.
Charlie.
Some Virgin.
Some people they call him Tabitha Cool striker. Nicolas Jackson.
Charlie.
Calling him Tabitha Cool.
Nicolas Omania Chow.
No, guys. Hold on. Is it that with the splurge of the 600 million in January, they feel like they've bought their seats, and so now they're only clearing out?
Exactly. No, but I feel that they'll first need to let people leave first. Because of what they did last season.
Hey, it's a transfer market.
Hold on. To get things right, you've done a mistake. You need to first see who will go out first. And then when you get to your number, and then you get to trim it down to a reasonable size, then you think of, okay, who can I bring in now to augment the squad now for me? So it's a matter of, let's sell the masses now, and then later we'll build on what we have. As simple as that for Chelsea. They'll come strong.
I said worth 100 million.
They've got new Drake.
I mean, Brighton say that if Arsenal pay 100 million for Rice, they are selling Caicedo for 100 million. Quick one, guys. Is anybody looking at what Aston Villa is doing?
Oh yeah.
Aston Villa they've had a bid for Moussa Diaby rejected, but they say that they are going back again with an improved bid because they believe that they can buy Moussa Diaby.
They are doing some good business, and the business is really smart. They brought in Yuri Tillemans from Leicester. I thought that was good.
Pau Torres.
The Pau Torres.
Like Unai Emery is cooking.
He is.
I like the meal. I like the meal he's cooking.
He's putting together a very, very solid team. To because let's not forget they are in Europe, I believe. Conference League. So he wants to do well in those environments. So he's adding extra quality. And you look at, for example, Yuri Tillemans gives the midfield a new dimension. Pau Torres elevates that defense to a new level. And then I think he's trying to give this team some personality, and it's good. It will be interesting to see how they will fare in the league. But they've added quality, which quality you cannot doubt, and quality we've all seen before. So I think it's some great business they are doing. And I think we'll see a few more additions before the window closes.
Okay, that's the end of Don't Come Show coming to an end. Let me just let you know that the swimming championships is indeed happening tomorrow.
Aquatics.
Thank you.
I'll be there.
So 2 days.
Swimming costumes.
Saturday.
See, swimming there. I love swimming.
No.
Yeah. See,
come on. Swimming scheduling me, my Mama scheduling me. I'm coming.
Days have come close to the pool. Every time a Puchichi enjoys himself, there's the pool involved.
I've always said there are two sports in this world that I love aside football: gymnastics and swimming.
It's okay enough.
For this striker, we can consider
Tomorrow, so the championships begin at 9 a.m. To about 4 p.m. So you can pass through. Let's have some fun, enjoy some swimming. It's one of those. Again, we always talk about lesser funded sports. Yes, it's a 2 day thing. It's a 2 day thing. So, yes, Saturday, Sunday, again, same time. Let's enjoy
by Sunday, Chris. By Sunday, the numbers would have changed because now we are having people in the finals and stuff.
At the Bukom Arena.
Yes.
The way you are eliminated, you have to stay around.
The Trust Sports Emporium.
I know there'll be lots of Lille as well. So.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
And also a chance for you to see me do the breaststroke and then the
which one is
the backstroke together
and the butterfly.
So I'll be doing the butterfly and then the breaststroke together at the same time.
This guy. Mixing techniques. Nathan, so that's what's going on tomorrow. The National Swimming Championships will be there. All the swimming clubs, the Marlins, the Dolphins.
Nice one.
The aquatic swim masters, Charlie.
There's this 10-year-old
girl.
Aquatic.
There was a 10-year-old.
Aquatic.
10-year-old girl was on. I think she's called Uswa. I believe I forgot her name a little. 10-year-old girl was on Citi TV this week. She said she started swimming at age 2. And she already has 17 medals.
Nice one.
So a lot more of such potentials to see tomorrow.
My medal.
Come through. You have 20, yeah?
17-year-old, 18-year-old.
We have about 14 swimmers. So
about 14.
That's all. So so that's what's coming through tomorrow. Charlie, somebody should take these two guys off the show. Let's do some quick shout outs before we go. Shout out.
Shout outs to our biggest papa. Who celebrated his birthday? Who celebrated his birthday earlier this week?
Nice. One bell ring for Samens. One more. Today, as they signed Julian Timber for the man.
The man has look, the icing on his birthday.
Yes, Julian Timber.
I can declare Shikaya.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I'm telling Edu. You should Edu.
Respect. Stan Kroenke. Edu and Kroenke, respect yourselves. Thank you. Happy birthday, belated birthday to the papacy.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Papa. Happy birthday to you. Oh, Charlie. Yeah. Mambi.
Amen.
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 Amen. Amen. Amen.
Fantastic, fantastic.
You know, let me save this sad one for the last. It was very difficult week for me. Losing a brother and a colleague on Wednesday. Then Kabute Dosu. I think his passing just hits me so hard.
Yeah, I noticed saying you this week. He makes slow small.
Charlie. The story of his passing just hit me. So may he rest in eternal peace. Nene.
Bless up.
Kabute Dosu.
Bless up. Charlie. Big ups to Nathan. Big ups to Pichichi. Adjei-Mintah, Coach Christopher Nimley, myself. My name is Benjamin Nketsia. Thank you for doing the listening. It's a wrap. Still probably brought to us by Bell Beverages, particularly Bell Poker. There will be a repeat of the show. Also, we'll post a link on our Citi Sports GA Twitter handle. So you can go out there to get that one. Until then, DJ Mingo will be coming your way. Keep your dial on 97.